So now that we have our customer settings completed, we have our inventory, products and services completed, our service area completed, we should now move to the TimberCal settings. So TimberCal is where the Blaze members get to assign crews, shifts, and people, track hourly wages, and be able to do the smart scheduling onto their app. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create your, just check your settings. So let's just say how long. These are just default scheduling parameters. If you have the TimberCal set up in use, these don't really affect it, but you can give yourself just a general idea of how long. Like if you're scheduling manually, delivery from loading, stacking, loading, driving, unloading, stacking, and then driving back to the yard if you need to. You can do buffer time between deliveries. You can do max deliveries per day. So, if you only want to do 3 a day, you can limit the amount of jobs scheduled on there. Arrival windows is used for communication. So let's say you start the day at 7:45. It takes you 15 minutes to load your first job. So at 8 o'clock, then you get to travel to the job. So let's say then you arrive. Your calendar says you're going to arrive at 8:30. Well, sometimes things happen. Got to make a stop, or things take a little bit longer. This is used in the follow-up builder communication to tell the customer, I'm not going to arrive at 8:30. Basically, we'll be there between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. And then for second, third jobs, fourth jobs in the day, again, it gives you a little more flexibility. But if they're not the first job of the day, the second job of the day, third, fourth, etc., they will have a 2-hour arrival window in this example. So again, if you put in 120 minutes, that's 2 hours, so we can arrive between 10 and 12 if their appointment is set for 10 o'clock. That just keeps the communication open and makes it flexible, so you're not hassling and running around feeling like you're behind. People. So these come from the members that you set up in the settings of the company settings for your team members. And so again, we could say this person's hourly, salary, commission, or hourly plus commission. Let's put in at $25 an hour, eligible for overtime, and say that my availability is let's see, go back here. Okay, this actually will need to, I probably should go in and set the crew and start time, so I guess we can't start with people. Alright, so let's go to crews and create a crew. We'll just say, residential delivery. So now with the crews, this is where the scheduler can see what crews are available for what deliveries or pickup types. So we're going to do a residential delivery, not a pickup crew. Pickup is where someone wants to schedule a pickup and they pick it up from your yard. You could set this to pickup office crew, and then you can put in the yard location. We'll just say 123 Main Street. And then if you want this shown in the calendar and available for scheduling, then we could say add crew. We could say office staff. So these, it's not pickup crew, it's not that, but we, we can say 123 Main Street. And since it's an office staff, you don't want to show them on the calendar, but you might want to schedule your person who works in the office and have them added to a crew. And now we can do the delivery crew. Team 1. So it's not a pickup crew, but maybe they are in a different location than your where you get the wood from. So let's say this wood is at the specific address. This would be the start location on the map when a job gets scheduled. So again, we can do 123 Main Street if you wish. Now this one can be shown on the calendar for scheduling. So when a job or order is scheduled, it will see that this crew is available and these based on their times. Now, max load capacity, I'm sure you know what that means, but maximum number of cords they can carry per trip. And what's neat about this feature is you can schedule and choose to return back to the yard, or schedule and choose to continue on to the next route. So then the start location isn't the yard, but it's actually the end address of your last, the end of it is the address of your last delivery. So if you have one cord of cherry and then one cord of oak, you can load them both in, schedule a cherry delivery, schedule oak delivery to follow it behind it. And then this is where the vehicle comes in. So used by tracking not only the mileage for the assigned crew, but also for the individual vehicles. Alright, so now we can add our shifts, and we'll just say office staff, and we'll say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 9 to 5. We can add a shift for the delivery crew, so residential delivery, and we can do this Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We could say 7 a.m. Alright, we'll do 7 to 5, create the shift, and then we can add maybe pickup crew. Pickup shift. And then they can pick up at your yard. Let's just say 9 to 1. Or we can do 10 to 1. You know, if your office staff starts at 9, maybe you don't want pick up, first thing in the morning for them to get bombarded with pickups. Alright. And then people. So now so now this is where you can assign. That's where I messed up. You pick since we didn't have crews set up first, nothing showed, but here we can say, me, I want to be part of the delivery, and you can set my specific hours, open to close, and then for Steve here, I can say he's hourly $15 an hour. I want him at the pickup crew, and he's going to be basically on the yard from open to close on the pickup crew hours. And then if we had other people set up, we could end up putting them into the office staff and whatnot. Alright, so if we go back to crews, so now we can see where the location, we can see obviously since these two aren't deliveries, they don't have loads or default vehicles, and since they're not handling orders, there's no products available for office staff, and scheduling is disabled. So now we can use these buttons over here to set our shifts. So this is the pickup crew, so I'm going to give them the pickup shift. This is the office staff shift. This is the delivery shift. So now we see that these have these shifts assigned to them. This package here is the products. So either you can assign all products, or you can say this, for this guy, this residential delivery with the truck, now we can assign a service. We can assign the hardwood products, and then the pickup crew, we can say we can pick up hardwood, and we pick up honey, and we can pick pick up bags. All right, so what this shows now is if someone wants a delivery, let's say we had multiple deliveries, delivery vehicles, and one vehicle can handle certain items or other items, the TimberCal will find not only the availability of the crew, but also what the crew can handle. All right, so that is the TimberCal settings. And I will end that there.